Hey, what's up, everybody? Carpo here. So I just got done listening to this, well, it was a rather long series of lectures. It's 24 lectures on the senses, perception and the senses is what it was called. And it was kind of a bummer to come to the end of it because it was such an awesome, insightful look into the way that our bodies respond to stimuli. It covered vision, hearing, sense of taste, touch, everything, and gave me a pretty well-rounded view of how many of these senses work in a way that I wasn't really aware of before. Towards the end of the lectures, he talked about a particular condition. It's called agnosia. Based on, similar to the word agnostic, what it means is, in a nutshell, is unable to see what's right in front of your face. It's a condition that people have where they're unable to process exactly what they're seeing. And there are many different forms of agnosia. What is it? Is it agnosia? Let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to make sure that I got it right. I think the word was agnosia, yeah. And there are many different forms of it. Some people can see. Let's take an example of a dog. If you have a dog walk by in front of them, and they'll say, did you see something walk by you? And they'll say, move by you. They'll say, yes. They'll say, what color was it? And they're brown. They'll ask them everything about it, except for what it was, they won't know. Because they can't understand what things are. And it's not that they can't see them. See, this is different than, say, being blind, because this is to where they can see it perfectly clear, but their brain's not picking up that part of their brain. There are many different sensors that pick up on different parts of our vision. It's a very complicated thing. There's other people that have the same condition, but you could have the dog walk by and they'd know everything and what it was, but they wouldn't know what color it was. But they're not colorblind. They can see color. They just can't distinguish between the colors, even though their vision is fine. It's a very complicated condition, but some folks have it to where they can't tell if something's moving or not. Some people, so there's motion agnosia, there's color agnosia, there's all these different forms, and it really got me thinking about some of the claims that people make in life. Not that I want to downplay anybody's personal experiences, because of course we know that all we have, honestly, are subjective experiences to compare. And we can pretend to be as objective as we want, but secretly we're kind of stuck with what we know. And by seeing that certain people are unable to really comprehend what they're seeing, it makes you wonder. Now, this is a condition in its extreme form that they can't, make certain things out. But you start to wonder, to what degree does the average person have this? Any one of these conditions. Say the person who is always seeing something crazy. They're like, they tend to be more, maybe you would say, in tune with maybe other dimensions. Maybe they would claim to be able to see the spirit realm, this or that. And maybe some of that is a form of agnosia. So what it happens to be is maybe some people are able to truly commune, let's say, with nature or with a real existing. Well, this is all subjective. What is real is really determined by the individual. You could take philosophy to an extreme degree to where, like Descartes said, I think, therefore I am. So there, the whole basis for that statement is not. A lot of people may hear that and think, I think, therefore I am, as if that means that I'm a thinker, therefore I maybe mean something. Everyone might have a different interpretation of that. What he meant by that is, he went through a process of analyzing every single thing in his life, starting from scratch, and seeing which things he could not find doubt in. What things can you not doubt? And this is how you determine, there's certain things that you might doubt, so you have faith in them, and there's some things that you can't doubt. And he found that the only thing he can know for sure is that he exists, because he's thinking about existing. And someone could even take that to a degree where they're not sure. But this sense, this agnosia, some of these particular, I don't know, it's a pretty fascinating idea. You get what I'm getting at. You could go through a million speculations of what ifs, or how could people's minds be affected by particular conditions. So one of the things that I learned that was kind of insightful to me was about smell, and how we classify things into categories according to, let's say, taste. We have bitter, we have sweet, we have sour, and well, there's actually a fifth one. It's called umami. It's a fifth flavor. Anyway, I won't get into that. But we have all these different tastes, and we categorize them. Then we categorize things we see according to either color or shape or size or whatnot. But smell, of all the different smells, we don't have any way to categorize them. We don't have like sweet smells or sour smells. The only way to relate a smell to somebody is to say it smells like this. So smell being one of the most useful senses for reminiscing or for memory. There's a lot to learn about smell. There have been a lot of debates in the scientific community about aromatherapy and whether or not it works. And it's like science is almost trying to disprove many of the things that people have been doing for 1,000 years for these types of therapy. Traditional Chinese medicine, aromatherapy, color therapy, and we're starting to find that these things work. So whenever something does work, people are always like, "Oh, okay, yeah," but if it hasn't been proven yet, it's not considered legitimate. And all the senses have their faults, and it's easy for us to maybe have auditory hallucinations. I don't recall any smell hallucinations I've had, but maybe I have. How do you know what you're really smelling? Or if the smell, since you can't see the smell. You also have, visual hallucinations, which could come at any time. And the way the brain is wired allows us to basically form our experiences around our opinions, around our ideals, around our views. In other words, no two people go into an experience with the same feeling or the same outcome. An example is, if I'm walking down the street and I see a particular car drive by, I might have certain fond memories of that car, and another person may have completely nothing when they see that car, or maybe they got kidnapped as a youth in one of those vans, and they have completely adverse experience to it. And by remembering that each one of us is in this experience together, yet completely experiencing it different, that's the only way that we're going to get past our differences. So if a person does have a form of agnosia and say they're seeing things that maybe necessarily aren't the way they are, or maybe they can't exactly make out the shape of something, no person has the place to tell them that they're wrong or that they're not seeing what they're seeing. If a normal, average person, just a normal Joe, working class person, whatever you might call that, experiences something, say like a UFO, or sees an alien, and then they end up reporting this, and then this incident goes down in the books, and then they go on with their life. Many people might think, well, it may have happened, it may have not. But many legitimate sources have come forward, and the more legitimate the person is to say something happened, not just aliens, but spiritual, whatnot, if they come forward, they have more clout, because people respect those with authority. And we give authority to those with popularity, is what I'm saying. But if a person comes forward and over and over claiming that they keep having these experiences over and over, that's when I start to wonder, okay, is it the person that's delusional? Why is just this one person experiencing all this? Is it the person? And it's a legitimate question to ask, is it the person or is it the environment? And none of us can really say unless more than one person saw something. But if you want to go down that road, you get to mass hysteria. There have been documented cases of mass hysteria where a whole bunch of people saw something that wasn't there, or But maybe it was. These are the stupid questions, the what ifs. You can't really know. If maybe you're the one that's not with it, or you think you have all the answers, but 99% of the people disagree, and you wonder, does majority rule in the case of knowledge in that sense? But I go through life with the idea that there's mystery in everything, and it's a constant search for something beyond the everyday. Not a search. I expect things to happen that make me question reality, and I think that's what makes life awesome. And the more I've learned about people and senses and everything, the more it's helped me along my path. And whatever that path may be, I don't feel like I have a path that I'm walking. I feel like my path is formed as I walk. So wherever it leads is to be determined. So peace out, everybody.